All right, now we're going to talk about combining some things that you've learned. We're gonna combine power chords and single note riffs, and just kind of show you some ways you can experiment, some generic kind of samples, if you will. So let's take a look at the first one. This is kind of, like a hard rock metal kind of riff. It's based out of the key of A minor, so we're using A as our bass and our A minor scale as the bass for our riff. So we're going to start with a power chord using our first, third, and pinky. So it's going to go 3 times on the A, then we're going to drop back to the G, 3rd fret, low E string with our first finger. So that's the whole riff with the power chords. So 1, 2, 3, 1 there, 2 here. All downstrokes. Okay, then we're going to add a little single note riff in there. And it's going to kind of climb up the major scale from the 4th interval. I'm sorry, the minor scale from the 4th interval. So if you take our A minor, so starting on the 4th interval, up to the 7th interval, then we're going to come and descend back down, and then finish up back on the 6th interval. So 1st finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger, then you go up to the D string, to 1st finger, back down to the A string with your pinky, and 7th fret, 3rd finger, and then back to your pinky. So that's the rhythm. So it's going to go. So you can experiment with that. You can also make up a different riff with the A minor scale. Just kind of play around with it and whatever sounds good to you. You can move that to a different key. You could play it in B. And so on. Okay, so let's take a look at something else. Kind of in the style of like maybe an ACDC or ZZ Top. It's going to be based out of using our open A5 chord. So you're going to hit that twice. Then we're going to come up here with our 2nd finger and hit the G, the 3rd fret on the low E string. So we're alternating 1, 2, G note, and 2 hits back on the A5, or open A power chord. Then we're going to come here, 3rd fret on the A string with our 2nd finger, to the 5th fret, A string with our pinky. So and then it repeats. Again, the whole time our 1st finger doesn't even need to move. We just stay planted on that A power chord. So I'll play it really slow. then if you speed it up, all right, now there's one other thing I wanted to show you, and this will help you practice making sure that all the notes, you know, all 3 notes of your power chord are sounding out. So you got your root note, you got your 5th, and then you got your root or your octave again. So this is called arpeggiating a chord. So when you play an arpeggio, you're playing the notes of a chord separately. So we're just going to pick down each note, all downstrokes, and then we're going to go back up with upstrokes. Okay, but when we go up, don't hit the root note again. So root note, 5th, octave, and then back up to the 5th again. Then we're just going to slide that up to the B. Okay? The B, we're playing this in the key of A major. So if you play your A major scale, your B is your second, your major second interval. So we're playing the 1 and the 2. Then we're going to go to the 4, just keeping a power chord, and then we're going to go to the 5, the 5th note of the major scale. So it So take notice of my pick hand. So practice that. That's kind of a common chord progression in pop tunes and rock tunes. So again, we're working on making sure that you're getting all 3 of these notes to sound out clearly. Now when I go from the first chord to the second chord, I'm not even really picking my fingers up. I'm just sliding up to it. All right, so experiment with that. You can practice playing different interval, that kind of power chord on different intervals of the major scale. So you could go to the 3rd. 1, 2. That's the 3rd note of the major scale, our root note. 1, 2, 3. Up to the 4th. All right, so see what you can do with that, and I'll see you in the next lesson.